Hey guys, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my favorites from 2021, all of the makeup releases and some other makeup that I bought during this year and I actually continue using and loving. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of everything in here. Mainly, you're gonna see like Huda Beauty, ColourPop, and stuff like that because those are the brands that I buy the most because this year they have been releasing a lot of good stuff. And I love trying new makeup all the time. So I buy whatever interests me or whatever caught my attention. And the most products that I have here are for eyes, like eyeshadows, so I'm gonna leave those for the end, and I'm going to start with face makeup like foundation. This year, you all know that was the skin tint year, so all of the brands were releasing skin tints and hydrating formulas in their foundation lines, and two of the ones that I really enjoy are these two. This is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. And this one is very nice because you can work it out with your fingers. You can use it with a brush. It has that creamy type of finish or sensation that you can actually work it as is. It is skincare. I love the coverage because the coverage is not too much, but it's also not like super little that you basically feel like you're not applying any makeup at all. So I really love this one, especially if you are that type of person that don't apply much makeup during or for every day, or you like your fresh type of looks. You don't want to look too much like you did too much. So this is the type of skin tint that you're gonna love. And I love the fact that it's very liquid, that you can use your fingers with it and it will actually blend easily. Another one that I love is this one by Huda, and this is the Glowish foundation. Well, it's not foundation, skin tint. And this is the Multi-Dew skin tint. The reason I love this one is because I generally love mixing a little bit or a tiny bit of this one with another skin tint. This is pretty glowy. It's not shimmery, but it will leave your skin with a nice healthy type of glow that if you have combination skin, maybe you won't love that type of finish. That's why I, for example, have combination skin, so I love to mix it with other skin tints and have that fresh type of foundation finish whenever I use it. I have used it by itself and I do love how my skin looks, but it's too glowy by a couple of hours. Like if I use it by itself and don't set it maybe with a little bit of powder or something like that, it will be very dewy after a couple of hours. But I really love how it feels. The skin looks pretty nice. For dry skin, I know that this is going to work amazing. And it has a great coverage too. Then it's a pretty nice skin tint to use. And from the drugstore world, I actually loved this one. This is the Camo CC Cream. This is very comparable to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. This is a fraction of the price of the IT Cosmetics. And I really love the formula, the finish, how the skin looks after you apply it. It doesn't have a very matte finish, but it doesn't have like very dewy finish. So it's something in between. I would say it's more of a satin fresh type of finish when you use it. It has a great coverage, so it's kind of an intense coverage to be considered a skin tint. So I would say it's almost like a foundation, but I really love how it looks and how it feels in the skin. So I really would recommend it. And the next skin products that I really enjoyed this year is this year was also the powder foundations year. And all of the brands release their own version of powder foundation with different finishes and with different stuff, but the one that I actually use a lot and I love is this one by Fenty. This is the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I have used it by itself and I have used it setting my skin tint. For example, when I use these two together, I actually love how my skin looks because I actually apply this, and what I do is I set the center of the face with this powder and it actually looks amazing, very, very nice. This one is not a powder foundation that will be super full coverage. I will say that if you are a person that loves using powder foundation instead of liquids or cream, this is going to be more of a medium to light coverage type of powder. And it's amazing if you retouch it during the day because it won't cake up. And I really love the formula too. It's very blurring. Like when you apply it, it will actually make your skin look very soft and nice. So I really love the formula and also how it looks on my skin. And the other one that I really I wasn't expecting to like a lot is this one. I actually have this one on. I have foundation, but I set my foundation using this like in the surrounding areas. I didn't do my center of the face with this because this one has a very intense glowy finish. So I don't like to do that on the center of the face, but the rest of the face I did use like here in the forehead, and you will see like the glow in my skin. And this is the Glowish by Huda Beauty. This is a luminous pressed powder. This is not like a foundation. It's more like a powder that you will apply on top of your liquid foundation. I wouldn't suggest for you to use it by itself because it's too glowy. If you're using a foundation that is too matte and is making your skin look dull, then you can apply this powder and it will make or transform your foundation to look more fresh and glowy. So I really love the finish, and the formula is super soft. It's also something that you can apply and won't cake up on the face. So I really love those two powder formulas. The next products that I want to talk about, let's start with blushes. Let's do that. Okay, so let's continue with the blushes, and I'm going to start with this one by M Cosmetics. I actually love this blush so much. This is not a new product. This is the Heaven's Glow Venetian Rose. The shade is Venetian Rose, and I really enjoy the fact that it's like a blush and a highlighter combined. I really love that because whenever I use it the days that I don't want to use highlighter. So that gives me the glow that I need without using highlighter. Also, the blush is a very soft and glowy formula. I have it here swatched actually because I was swatching it to include it here in the video, and I really enjoy how it looks. I know it's not a new product, but I really wanted to add it here and let you guys know what I think in case that you have an eye on it. I know that Katie Jane always uses it. If you have seen anything from Katie Jane, she loves the glowy skin and all that. And when I saw it on her, I had to get it. So that's why I wanted to share my opinion about it. And the other one that I really love is this one by Glowish. This is a pretty new product. I think it was released like 2 months ago. This is the Glowish by Huda Beauty Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder. And the shade that I have here is Caring Coral, which is a pretty nice, soft, peachy type of blush. You can see it here. I love it because it's soft, but it has a great pigmentation at the same time. It's really easy to blend, and even though it's a powder, it looks pretty fresh and nice on the skin, so it doesn't look too harsh or cakey or nothing like that. It's very easy to blend too. I really love the formula that she's releasing with this glowish line that she created. I really love how all of the products work, and I really enjoyed this one. The last blushes that I really enjoy were these quads by ColourPop. ColourPop released like a bunch of these quads in different shades and tones and everything. And I really love how well all of the colors match and everything, because this is a pretty nice palette for you to include in your makeup bag to go or to travel. And they have great pigment, they blend pretty easy. The formula is super soft and buttery that you can apply it whether you have set your makeup or not. And the good thing is that they include two products here that are more in the shimmery side. One is a highlighter and the other one is a blush. And the other two are matte formulas. And let me swatch in here super quick the two that I just checked out. They're super soft and they just look beautiful. And I love that they come in these quads and they're pretty small, so if I want to travel, include it in my makeup bag, they're gonna be easy to add to it. And on the highlighter family, the highlighters that actually blew my mind when they were released, because the formula is pretty nice, are the Alamar Cosmetics highlighter. They released this not too long ago either. I bought the three of them. They are La Playa, La Costa, and La Arena. And I'm going to show you La Costa. La Costa actually is one of those eyeshadows that you use as a highlighter all the time and you're like, oh, I wish this brand will release this eyeshadow as a highlighter. And they actually released the shadow because everybody was like, make La Costa for highlighter, because we all love it as a highlighter. La Costa was actually an eyeshadow from the very first eyeshadow palette they created. So everybody loved how shimmery and beautiful it looked as a highlighter, and they decided to come out with the three of them. These three shades, these are like medium tone and for more deeper skin tones. And this one is for fair people, I would say. And it's a beautiful shine. Look at this. It has a beautiful shine. And the formula is like cream to powder formula, which is great because it won't, look at that pigmentation. Like, it's out of this world. When it's a cream to powder formula, it doesn't really emphasize your texture too much. And with this pigmentation, you don't need too much either, unless you really want like a super highlighter look. But it has a beautiful finish, and I love how buttery it feels. It feels amazing to the touch, and on the skin it looks so beautiful. So these are the highlighters that actually from the entire year that blew my mind, that I was like, this is a very original formula. Next are bronzers. I really wanted to talk about three of them that I tried this year and loved. Let's start with the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. These were new also. They released them this year. And what I love about how they created the shades is that sometimes when you see cream bronzers, either they are too into the cool side or too into the warm side. And I don't know what e.l.f. did, but I feel like they nail it in a way that they don't look too warm or too cool. They look like that in between that you can use whether you want to contour or you want to use as a bronzer. And this formula from the Putty products is pretty nice because it's a formula that you can use by itself or you can use it with foundation, which is amazing. The Putty bronzers and the Putty blushes are one of my favorites from e.l.f. Cosmetics, like the cream products by e.l.f. They are beautiful, and I love this formula. Super easy to blend, super easy to work with. And as I tell you before, if you have a beautiful skin and you don't use too many products on your skin, you can use this by itself and it will work if you want to, you know, contour or bronze your skin because maybe you're too pale or you just want to define your skin. You can use it by itself because you don't need a foundation under it. It will melt into the skin beautifully. The other one that I love is this one by Huda Beauty. It's also from the line Glowish. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. And these are also super nice because they do have a little bit more warm, more of a warm type of finish, but is also a pretty nice formula to blend. They will blend super easy whether you have set your makeup or not. And I love how soft and how easy they are to work. And another one is this one by Liz Beauty. This is a black-owned brand. You can find them in Sephora. And this is a clean brand, also something that I wanted to emphasize in case that you're more into the clean brands side. This is a brand that I really enjoy, very affordable. The products are very good, and I love this bronzer. It's also super easy to blend, super easy to use, and I love the packaging. It's beautiful. Other cream blushes that I wanted to mention that I used this year, I'm gonna start with this one by Jacqueline Cosmetics. This is the Royal Blush Cream to Powder Stick. This is from a collection that she released not too long ago, and these are super pigmented. You can see there, super easy to work with. I love the fact that a little bit is a long way for the product. You don't need too much. You just need a very fluffy brush to apply it, and it will melt into the skin very nicely. Even though they're super pigmented and very saturated in color, they're not difficult to blend. They're super easy to blend. And of course, these two, you guys, if you watch my videos, you know that I love these two. These are the Jason Wood. I always forget the name, and they don't have it in here. These are the Hot Fluff 3-in-1 sticks. So it's Hot Fluff 3-in-1 sticks. And the two shades that I would recommend you to get, because these are shades that you will use for everyday makeup, and they will look amazing in anything that you do, whether it's a smoky eye or a super natural look, are Gingerbread and Eclair. Eclair is more of a orange or corally type of undertone, but it's a beautiful shade to use. And Gingerbread, it has more of a mauvey undertone to it. But the two of them are very natural. They look very natural into the skin. And these are supposed to be lip products, but I use them as blush because it has a 3-in-1 type of use. But when you look into the website, they won't appear into the face products. They will appear into the lip products. So you have to look them there. But I don't use it as a lip product. I actually don't like it as a lip product. I love it. And I love how they look like blushes. So I would actually recommend them, and they're super inexpensive. I think they're like $12 or $14, and they now sell them in Target. So you can go to Target and get them. And let's continue with the lips. And we are almost done with video. I thought we were gonna have like a super short video, but I couldn't reduce the amount of products that I wanted to talk about. I was like, no, I have to talk about everything that I really enjoy and I really use this year, and I need to talk about all of these products. So let's talk about my favorite products that are lip glosses. And for lip glosses, I think the two brands that actually nailed it were Fenty, of course. Fenty released the Heat and also the Cream glosses this year, and I love this new formula for the plumping glosses. I have on this one, this shade is Hot Chocolate Heat. It's a beautiful formula because it's not too intense when it comes to the plumping side, and they have a little shade to it, like a little color to them, which is nice if you want to use them by themselves, or if you want to add a lip liner and then apply the gloss. It will give you a little bit of a coverage for a lipstick or something like that. And I just love how glossy they look and how comfortable actually they are. And the other brand is Alamar. They released a collection of 4 glosses called Besitos de Perla lip balms. They are actually lip balms but in a gloss formula. And I love how shimmery and how beautiful these ones look, and they have a beautiful smell. They smell like coconut or something like that, like piña colada, I don't know. But they look amazing. You can see them in here. I don't know if you can actually see how shimmery it is and how shimmery it looks. I really love, and they look so beautiful on the lips. You can use them by themselves, or you can apply that liner, like color liner that you want to apply, and put this on top. Even if you apply a lipstick, like a nude lipstick, and you put this on top, it will give that to the look that you need. And I really love the formula. It's super comfortable. It's super glossy. So I really love that. The other lip product that I really enjoy from ColourPop is from ColourPop. These are the glossy lip stains. They're not too glossy, but they have a pretty nice tint to it that will stay in your lips not too long. I will be honest. It's not, this is the shade that I have here, and this is how it looks like a little bit there. It's not a very harsh tint, like it won't leave your lips super like red or something like that, like looking super tinted after you apply it and remove it. It doesn't last like the whole day either. It will last you like a couple hours, but that's why I like them, because sometimes when you apply those tints, they tend to fade off like in patches, so your lips don't look nice. After a couple of hours, maybe you start having patches on your lips, and then it doesn't look pretty anymore. So I prefer that if it will leave my lips, like leave it as a whole. Don't leave like patches and the lips looking weird. So I really love the formula. Is very comfortable too. So for example, if you're using your mask or something like that, it won't stain the mask or anything. You apply it, and you can apply a thin layer on it, maybe 20 minutes before leaving your house, and it will actually dry up. It doesn't stay glossy. It will look glossy at the moment you apply, but after a couple of minutes, it doesn't get matte either, but it will look like a creamy lipstick. It won't stick your mask to the mouth, so that is super uncomfortable when you're wearing like a lip gloss. No, this one doesn't do that. So I really like it. And for lipsticks, my favorite lipstick this year was from Artist Couture, especially this shade. This shade is called Power Play, and this is a beautiful nude shade. Let me swatch it here for you guys to see. This is a beautiful, let me do it another, so it's better for you to see it there. It's a beautiful nude shade that is super comfortable also. It's a matte formula, but it's not a drying matte formula. It will look amazing on your lips. It's a very nice shade for every day and for everybody. Like, I have seen this shade in every single skin color, and I really love how it looks. It's a pretty nice formula, and I love every single lip shade that they created with these lipsticks. I love it. And lastly, let's talk about the eyeshadows. Eyeshadows, I have a lot of them here. So let's start with these mini Obsessions by Huda Beauty. She released this year the Khaki Obsessions and the Caramel Obsessions, I think it's called, or Brown Obsessions, which are more into the neutral tone shades. This is the caramel shade, and I love how, like, the color story is very nice. I love the shades in here. You know, the Huda Beauty has a great formula too with these little Obsession palettes. I think they're super nice and pigmented. I haven't used the caramel one, but I have the other one that's called chocolate. And the chocolate one is more into the deeper browns and stuff like that. And I really love the formula, but I know the formula for these little palettes by Huda are pretty nice. I have used this one, the Haze, and the Haze is just gorgeous. I love the greens, the olive greens and stuff like that in here. And the shimmery shades here, like I have to swatch for you guys to see. They are just amazing. Some of them are topper, like this one, the very first one that I swatched. You guys maybe don't see it much, but you can see the shimmer and they're just gorgeous. They just look beautiful. So I really enjoy it and recommend for you guys to try it out. The other palette that I enjoy a lot is this one by Patrick Ta. This is the only eyeshadow palette that he has released. This is a pretty neutral type of eyeshadow story, but I really love the formula. For being his first eyeshadow, I think he nailed it in the formula, and also all of the shades are pretty nice for everyday looks and for natural and fresh type of looks. And you can go into the more glam and all that too, because it has these deeper shades in here that you can use to deepen up your eyeshadow. But I really love, and I really love the fact that it has two cream shadows that you can use as a base. So for example, if you're doing a brown smoky eye, you can start applying the cream shadow, and then on top you apply all of your powder shadows, and they will look amazing. And I really love the packaging, and everything in it is really nice. The other brand that I enjoy a lot this year was Natasha Denona. And Natasha Denona released this year these two palettes. This one, she released it not too long ago. This is the retro palette. I actually have a video that I did a look using the retro palette here in my channel. I'm gonna link it here on top so you can watch it, or in my description. It will be linked there too, so you can see how it performed and everything. But I really love the color story. I think it's very fitting, but for this time of the year, for the holiday season, because it has all of those warm and red and wine type of shades that I think is a beautiful palette also for the whole year, because you can use these tones also for the rest of the year, even for Valentine's Day, for anything like that. It's a very nice color story, and pigmentation and quality of the shadows, you know that Natasha Denona has that down. So I really love that. And the other one that I really enjoyed, because it's a pretty neutral but it has some color on it, is the Sendo palette. This is the Natasha Denona Sendo palette. And I love the fact that you have here your neutral shades and all that, but you have also all of these shades that you can use as a pop of color if you want to add some color to your everyday or nighttime looks. I really love the color story of these shadows too. And this is a very nice and beautiful palette. So that's why it went into my favorites from this year. The other one that I think was a hit was this palette. This is the Pam McGrath Celestial Odyssey palette. I don't remember if this palette was released this year or last year. It was this year, sorry. It's because she actually released two of these big palettes, and I don't remember which one was the one that she released this year, and it's this one, yes. Exactly the one that I wanted to talk about. A lot of people had issues with the color story because it kind of looks all over the place, because you have a lot of neutral shades, but you have also a lot of color in it. But it's a very well thought palette if you think about, because it's a palette that you can use for a lot of looks. You can do natural looks, you can do something with a pop of color, you can do your smoky eyes with them, because you have here this black, you have your browns and and neutral shades. You have golden, but you have also some blues and greens. So I really love for the price. Oh, actually, it's a very nice palette by Pat McGrath. And you know that Pat McGrath also has a great formula for their shadows. So, I mean, if you have the money, definitely invest. And I would say get it. From collaborations that happened this year, I really enjoyed the one with Michaela and Glam Light. This is the palette here. I love the packaging, and I also love the color story. Like, the color story of this palette is amazing. You have here a neutral side here, but you have all of this color for creating a colorful look. And I love the formula too. I mean, I have to swatch some of these shades so you guys can see how beautiful it looks, how gorgeous these shades actually are. And the formula for these shadows is pretty impressive because this is a indie brand, and you would think that since it's a smaller brand and all that, they probably have a pretty nice formula, but not like this quality. But this quality is something that should be more expensive. This is a very nice palette. It's a great formula. I love the pigmentation, and I just love the color story. It's a very nice color story. For me, that I'm a colorful person, I love my color type of makeup. I really enjoy everything in here. And the last two, I would say they were also a hit. They are from ColourPop and are these two. This is the Wild Child eyeshadow palette by ColourPop. I think it's a beautiful palette for all of us girls that actually like a good neutral palette for every day. I love color, but I don't like using color for everyday type of situations. Like if you wanna go to something that is super casual and stuff like that, you don't wanna go with a blue smoky eye. Sometimes is nice, but not all the time. And I really love the fact that you can do in here a very nice smoky eye look with your browns and stuff, but you also can do a pretty nice and neutral, natural type of look. So I really love this palette, and I think this palette is amazing for a very wide skin tone colors. So I really love this palette. And other palettes, I'm gonna show you only one, but I think all of these mini palettes that ColourPop created also were a hit. This is from the collection called, I think it's called Lyric. I remember the collection's name, but the palette is called Lyric. This is a pretty nice and beautiful neutral palette. It has a pressed glitter in here, but you have all of these neutral shades to do a very nice glam look. And these mini palettes, I think they're awesome for traveling also, or including your makeup bag to go. And I think this is a very nice and affordable way to include makeup into your collection. So yes, those were all of the products that I loved this year. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the products I loved? And if you have any other products that you will suggest I include into my favorites, let me know everything you think about in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a thumbs up if you love this video and share it with your friends. And I see you on the next one. Bye bye. Yo.